Well, certainly a few runs shy of where India would like to have been at the 10-over mark, but it's been discipline from New Zealand. Just that one over from Adam Milne that cost a few runs. Otherwise, New Zealand have been on the money. They started things off doing the first part of the game right before it even started, which was win the toss. India came in with aggressive intent, sent out KL Rahul, brought in Ishan Kishan into the side, sent him out to open. But despite a little bit of a flurry, it's only reached 48 for 3 here on Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm joined by Dinesh Karthik. A bit of a grim situation, but this is when you want the big boys to stand up.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at the moment. 10 overs, 47 for 3 is obviously not the score they would have expected. But we got to hang in there. We got to try and make these last 10 overs count. We got some big hitters in the shed, and we got to hope that, they come up with the goods this time.
Yeah, certainly there. And you have to praise New Zealand for the discipline that they came out with and choosing the right bowlers at the right time. Yes, Adam Milne may have gone for 16 in that first over, but we saw even him coming back in the second over, conceding just a single. So it's one of those things you have to say Kane Williamson has sort of been across the game, as we know the wily customer he is, and his bowlers have delivered.
Oh, definitely. I think he's been, a household name in terms of captaincy over a period of time. He's led New Zealand beautifully to, the World Cup final in 2019. He's been a upstanding citizen in many ways for New Zealand in the world of cricket. And, just the kind of moves that he makes doesn't surprise anyone. He obviously knows his matchups. He knows as soon as Rohit came, he brought the left-arm spinner. As soon as Rishabh Pant came, he brought back Adam Milne. So he knows his moves, and that's why he's one of the better captains going around the world. And they, as expected, they did bowl really well. They found a bit of swing, and they bowled, made use of it. Created two opportunities, one taken, one left. But at the end of the day, at where things stand, India need to find a way to put pressure on New Zealand at this stage.
Well, I can tell you, I was just about to ask you, Virat Kohli, captain, has to stand up. But another matchup, Virat Kohli against leg spin. Ish Sodhi has been a thorn in India's side. Leg spin has generally been a thorn in Virat Kohli's side. And as we finish the sentence, DK, call it a Combox curse or just call it more brilliance from Williamson and Sodhi. That's the end of Virat Kohli. That's going to be a huge blow for India's chances.
Well, the Combox curse strikes again, I guess. And we have Virat Kohli who's, borne the brunt of it this time. 47 for 4. Obviously, the score doesn't look good. It's going to be interesting to see whether Hardik Pandya walks in or it's going to be Jadeja. But, they've pushed us to a very, very dark corner here. We need to hang on for the next 5 overs. We're not going to be seeing much. I think, India would be happy at this stage to get 140. I doubt whether that's the total that they would like to defend. We saw the last time Pakistan played, 150 wasn't enough. All said and done, New Zealand, even though their batting is much lighter with Dew coming in, it will help their batters. So at this stage, you might have to say New Zealand has the upper hand.
They certainly do have the upper hand. And it just, we at the start of the game, DK, we talked about trying to target a bowler, trying to target a fifth bowler. In some cases, maybe a second or a third bowler who you fancy. But other than that one Adam Milne over, just none of the batters have managed to target anyone just because of their accuracy and discipline.
Yeah, sometimes in T20 cricket, the word intent is used a lot, and intent would mean stepping out or moving away or coming inside, playing the lap sweep. Obviously, our batters trust their ability to play cricketing shots a lot more. And, when somebody obviously can swing the ball and bowl at decent speeds, it's not easy to do it. So just waiting. They haven't given us any freebies, and that's what you'd expect from New Zealand, a world-class cricket team. Also, you got to understand 1.3 billion people and their hopes up high. That's a lot of pressure to be handling. And our boys have been on the road for a long, long time. You've got to take all of that into account. It's not easy, this sport. And add to that the pandemic and the bubble life. Obviously, it all catches up at some point of time.
It certainly does. But I think the same pressure that 1.3 billion might put on you, it's also 1.3 billion egging you on. And I think that could just lift them. Two people who often can get lifted by these situations. One is Rishabh Pant, the other Hardik Pandya. May have been bowling a bit at the nets, but today it's his batting that will come to the fore. It's not a situation, DK, he's familiar with. He would have liked to come in the 16th over, hit a 21 of 9 balls and walked off smiling. Now he'll have to dig in a little bit and not necessarily play his natural game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a strong test of his character, his batting skills, his technical ability to play the next 5 overs will come into foray a lot because they'll be throwing a bit of spin. They'll obviously bowl Adam Milne for another over. So he's going to face some quality bowling. and he needs to stand up for India. He's somebody who's always up for a challenge, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he reacts to the situation.
And that's not a matchup that's also favorable in India's favor, because 12 balls, Hardik Pandya versus Ish Sodhi, dismissed him 3 times. Again, we don't want to read too much into numbers, but this is one that Kane Williamson will be looking at to try and dismiss Pandya.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think, these numbers, we got to dig deeper, figure out what stage of the, game was he bowling. If it was at back end and he's just going for his shots, obviously the numbers wouldn't tell us that in a broader way. But at this point of time, obviously leg spin is a good matchup to him. He's somebody who likes to come and go from ball 1 at the back end of the innings. This is slightly different. He can't be doing that because he knows if he loses his wicket, then that's going to put India under a real trouble, if not already. So he's got to, use all his batting prowess and make sure that, he just knocks it around for a bit and Rishabh Pant and take it deep, and then try and make the last 3-4 overs count.
Well, the story of the Indian innings has been batters batting outside their familiar positions, and in the case of Pant and Pandya, batting outside their comfort zone. We'll see if they can come across it, and it's a test of character for Team India. Thank you, Dinesh Karthik. That's all from Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll be hoping when we chat at the halfway stage, India will have something for their bowlers to go out there and defend.